Sway.
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 In the morning.
In the morning.
In the morning.
Shake goes by.
Wake your punk ass up. That crust out your eyes.
All right, Sway in the morning, 48 minutes into the hour. Man, we got a guy here, Heather B, that, you know, I remember, I think when I first recollect seeing his work, I think it was there used to be a series called The Love Boat. Correct me if I'm mistaken, right?
I love The Love Boat.
Remember The Love Boat?
Of course. Julie,
Isaac. Isaac, Captain Stubing, and
Gopher.
You remember The Love Boat?
Of course.
And I recall seeing Mark Harmon, his face on The Love Boat. And when coming up, I didn't understand. Like I had to, differentiate when you would see people do different movies. You get attached to a character. And I saw you in St. Elsewhere. And that was a big series back in the 80s.
Sure.
And then I just kept seeing your work. And I always admired those who stood the test of time. And Kelly was just talking to Mr. Harmon about it. And now you got this hit series, NCIS, right?
Right.
And you play Agent Leroy Jethro Gibbs. And tonight is the finale, right?
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
This season, yeah.
For the season finale. But man, I remember you in Freaky Friday too. I'm just saying, man. So when I saw that, I had the ability to sit here and talk to you. I got really excited because I know a lot of people right now. We got people calling. You want to talk to Mark Harmon? 888-742-3345. A lot of actors now. I like to ask. There's so many different platforms that you could get exposure on now. With Netflix, they got a lot of original programming that they do. YouTube. People have a lot of original programming that they do. Is it harder to stay on the screen nowadays?
I've just always tried to work. That's it. Early on, starting out in class and doing the kind of stuff you do, and someone would say, "Why'd you do that job?" I said, "Why did I do that job? Pay the bills, maybe."
Yeah.
That's an honest answer to me, and it never occurred to me not to work when you have the opportunity to learn something new that you didn't know yesterday. And that's still something I take there. I try to pick something up every day that I didn't know the day before, and I'm not excited by any of it right now. I'll be excited at the end when there's an arc and something to be proud of in some big, long number of years. That's I worked with an actor named Jim Garner early on, and he talked a lot about trying to just be around for a long time. How hard that was, as opposed to maybe just being there and being gone.
It's guys like yourself. Guys like Tom Selleck, Burt Reynolds, not just actors, not just thespians, great at what you do, but also consider sex symbols, along the way. I remember you got the Sexiest Man Alive. What was that for?
1902.
Yeah, but you still look the same, right?
He does.
How do you preserve yourself? How do you keep yourself relevant? How do you keep yourself
it's
fresh?
the same thing I'd ask you, man. You have this show and you work your tail off at it.
Yeah.
But the other part of what you do is your life. And that's a lot of work too.
Yeah.
And yet, you know what? At the end of the day, you got to do your job, and you got to do it well. And I don't, I don't confuse the two. I try to stay in shape. I try to watch what I eat. I know that for my shooting year right now, it's a long year. It's 10 months, and those are relatively long days. But I know that there's always someone working harder than me.
Yeah.
And I feel nothing but fortunate. And I worked hard to get there. So I don't. There's nothing about the work part of it that I don't understand. And you can like it, you can not like it. It doesn't change at all how much work I've done to try to stay there.
There it is.
And that'll continue.
Mark Harmon has joined us. 888-742-3345. I got a lot of people on the phone lines right now. And we got Lucky from St. Louis on the line. Say hello to Mark.
What's going on, Mark?
How are you?
Good morning, Sway, Heather B.
Good
morning.
And Kate, how's everybody doing?
Everybody's doing well.
Huge fan of Mr. Harmon there, man. How was it working with Connery?
It was quite an experience. It was not what I expected, as sometimes it isn't. You grow up watching someone, and then the next day you're on the set with them, and you're actually towing a mark and you're watching him, and he'd raise his eyebrow, and I'd say, "Wow, I saw that in Man Who Would Be King," and and it was almost surreal for me. He was a good teacher, and I spent a lot of time with him.
With Sean Connery?
Yeah.
Wow. I'm gonna take another call, and I want to continue to take callers. You got a lot of phone calls, right? Steven is in New York. Go ahead, Steven.
Yeah, Mark.
Yes, sir.
First of all, I'd like to congratulate him. He got a lot of football history.
Yeah.
He was the one that was like traded for John Elway from Denver to Baltimore or something like that, right? Am I correct about that?
I don't think so, but it might be someone I know well.
Yeah. But you played in college, though.
No, I played in college. I didn't play pro.
Yeah. And how did your family feel about that? Did you get injured or what? Why?
No. I just thought it was time to do something else. Go to college and get a degree and try to go do something else.
Yeah.
It wasn't like I went off to do something wonderful. I took a job, and I was selling shoes for a while and advertising time. I was always a carpenter.
Yeah.
I just couldn't make a living doing it.
Yeah.
If I could have made a living doing it, I'd still be a carpenter.
You see, you don't get this part of the story, man. You just see him on the big screen and you think, wow, it's a superstar
Good-looking
celebrity.
guy.
Yeah.
Play football. You made it to the big screen. There's so much more than that, huh?
Mark Harmon has joined us.
It's Sway in the morning, only
On Shea 45.